Questions?
Hey, Frank, obviously the first few minutes of the third quarter kind of changed, I guess, the spread plan because they were able to adjust. But tough to be out of that for so much time in the second half. Do you almost have to force yourself to say live or die with the spread as opposed to the two bigs?
Yeah, well, that's what we did. We came back to it. But they hurt us inside in the second half. That's going to happen. But we weren't able to capitalize on the other end. And that's one of the things when you try to dictate the style of the game and impose your style on the other team. You've got to do your style better. And you understand you're going to give up a few offensive rebounds or post ups in exchange for the space and the 3-point shooting on the other end and the fast break the running game. But we weren't able to execute offensively in that third quarter. This team is was the best defensive team in the NBA last year, in particular after the All-Star break, and they buckled down and really got after it and raised their level of physicality in the second half. I think we shot one free throw in the second half, and we just didn't match our physicality.
Frank, you guys were limited to 27 points in the whole second half. You only had 10 assists all night. What do you attribute that lack of success offensively to? Were they just doing something defensively that you guys couldn't adjust to, or what?
Well, the assists in the first half were because we were at the free throw line 20 times. And then, for whatever reason, we didn't get to the line in the second half, and we didn't match our physicality. We just, we let them beat us to spots. We let them ride us over screens, and they were the more physical team in the second half. That's what they do. They're great at it, and we knew it was going to be a tough game coming in, but we didn't match it.
You called for bumps in the road with this new team, new style, but what's most concerning through this 0-3 start?
Well, just make sure everybody stays together and understand that we've got a chance to be a good team. We have a good team here, and we got to battle through this. Stay together.
Frank, you got Monte Ellis is having difficulty finding the basket, finding good shots. He's getting good shots, they're just not falling. How do you get him into a rhythm or work to get him into a rhythm where he'll start knocking those shots down?
We got to get him open. We're not getting anybody open on the offensive end. We're not screening well enough. We're not setting up well enough. And, everybody's got to do it themselves. So we got to work on our offensive execution.
And the other thing, obviously tonight's second half was a struggle, but all three games for varying reasons. I think it's now a 61-point differential in the second half of the three games. Any threads that you can tie together there to explain and correct?
Well, you got playoff teams raising their level and us not being able to match it so far. Like I said before the game, I think the first two games were a little bit different. This Memphis and Utah are two of the best defensive teams in the West. They're the Western Conference powerhouses, at least on the defensive end. And you really got to execute against teams like that. So we'll get back to work tomorrow. We'll come in and practice. We'll watch tape and have a good practice and look to improve.